Benson Waweru, umekuja Manifesto launch. Have you ever attended any Manifesto launch before? Not watching on TV when these politicians are doing theirs. Have you attended any?
Yes, I attended for TNA.
Okay. Hey, things are moving so fast in this country. You say TNA, I'm like, what is that? But it's there. So this afternoon, evening, what is your expectation even as before we begin program?
We are looking forward Nani to give us his manifesto and also his strategy on how to do the final round. And may God be with him.
Amen. Asante sana. Ni kama umetoka church leo, si ndio? Muhimu sana. Your friend is avoiding eye contact, so I'll just avoid him too, the way he's avoiding me. Yeah. When you see a married man holding his wedding ring like this, he's thinking about deep things of this world. Yeah. But so I'm coming back to you. I like your suit, by the way. Really, really nice. Okay. Nitakupatia chance ukule matunda yako pia. Don't you worry. Uh-huh. I see that. I see that. Ah, beautiful. Hello, sir. How are you doing? You stand out. Um, you're one of the big five men in this room, just like your heart says. What is your good name, sir?
Michael Mwangi.
Mr. Michael Mwangi. This is a unique hat. I really like it. Is it, I don't know, what inspires this sense of fashion that you have this evening?
The activity that is ahead of me. Yes.
It's activity that inspires this sense of fashion.
Yes, because they're a big one. That's why I'm having the big five. Yes.
Muhimu sana. So this evening, yeah, I know. I hope you've had a cup of tea outside, or you might be fasting. But for this evening, this manifesto launch, what is your expectation at the end of the day?
My expectation is to understand what CPA Kevin Ngari has for us. I'm also a CPA, so I want through this event we can be able to see what the future he has for the institute, and I'm one of the staunch believer in his star agenda.
Thank you very much. Asante sana. Simpigie makofi tafadhali. Hey, I see that. All of you are crew, so I can't ask you questions. That's why you decided to dress in white, all of you. It's okay. When this gentleman is in white. Hello, sir. How are you doing? Good to see you. You two have a very unique heart, and you wear different hats in life, yeah? But today, on the fashion hat, this one reminds me of there's a character called Thomas Shelby. Have you heard of such a character?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
So, and Peaky Blinders. Look at you. I'd even forgotten, man. That's incredible. But talk to me. What's your good name and what's your expectation this evening?
Okay, my name's Robert Muraya. I'm here to represent Kevin. I've been with him, the Kisumu journey, all the journeys. I'm the one who's supporting through logistics and all that. Yeah, so my big aim for being here is to see him go through. And God bless him.
And God bless him. That's incredible. So you guys have been moving in this. Essentially, you've been through Kenya, but then through this journey of working with CPA Kevin. Has it taken you in spaces that you've never been before? Has it created an opportunity for you to interact with people that you never thought, wow, kumbe campaign ikipigwa, this is what people go through?
Okay, I would say the places I've been there before. Maybe that's why he chose me to take him around through his campaign. Meeting people I'm used to. Didn't see anything different, but the reception was well. Yeah, everywhere we went, the reception was well and good. Yeah.
Kenya is a beautiful country, isn't it, man? That's incredible. And thank you very much for being part of this journey. We really appreciate. Yeah. Later on, we'll be seeing that journey and how you guys were going around the country. We have some very wonderful videos done in that regard. And I'm happy to see my good friend here. Nimona umesub, so hataki hata kuniongelesha. It's all right. But good to see you, sir. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, shortly we should be beginning. Once again, thank you for being here. Let me come to the end of the room. Aha. Acha nijiangalie. Watu wananiambianga I have a good smile. Look at that. Noah, have you had anything done on your teeth? No, it's called genetics. Anyways, let me walk. Now come with me, cameraman. Come with me. I have an even better person with a better smile. Hello, how are you doing?
Hi,
Napenda your energy. Hi. Hi, what's your good name?
I'm Violet Naineki.
Violet Naineki. That's a unique name. People tell you a lot that Naineki is a unique name.
You can't find it anywhere else.
What's the meaning of Naineki? You know, I'm a future father. You never know. You can find Naineki Chebet and you're wondering, hey, kumbe I was inspired at a manifesto lunch. What's the meaning?
No, it doesn't have any meaning. Yeah, I was just named after a midwife who saved my mother when she was delivering me.
That's incredible because today we are expecting CPA Kevin Ngari to also deliver. And in the process of you being brought to this world, there was a midwife called Naineki. And now you are named to honor her. That's incredible. That's a beautiful story. So this evening, what is your expectation? What are you looking forward to?
Just back to the word midwife, we are midwifing something that will not only impact the ice pack, but the Kenya at large and also globally. I've worked with Kevin before. Actually, he's the one who has inspired me and really pushed me even to become a member of IcePack. I know his potential. I know when he takes hold of something, that thing must just expand, enlarge, and prosper. So this evening is a wonderful evening. It's history being made, and we are so happy to be here.
Asante sana. That's amazing. Wow. Beautiful name, beautiful story, and even the way you've midwifed that story into something beautiful that is happening today in our launch. I really appreciate you. As you wanted to say something. Hey, napenda Naineki, sasa hapa hivi tutakuweka kwa program usipochunga. Ulikuwa unataka kusema nini?
I just want to commend your voice. Yeah.
So it's not just the smile. Tell your neighbor it's not just the smile. It's also the voice. Yeah, we call this gift of grace, you know? God gives you some things and it's just by grace. Ama namna gani? Si ndio? Yeah, so that's amazing, Naineki. Pleasure meeting you. Tutaonana. Sema star agenda.
Star agenda.
It sounds kama sita agenda, but it's star agenda. Hello, sir. You good? I like your handshake. You know, as men, we are told when you shake somebody's hand, you shouldn't do it, you know, like you want to run away. You hold and look them in the eye and ask them, what is your good name, sir?
My name is Peter Otieno.
Peter Otieno. I see. We are also online. Some people are joining us online. Let me see who's online. Let me see. This is on Facebook. Okay. Hey, may you live to your calling. That is Helen Ngari. Thank you very much for that commentary. But Mr. Peter Otieno, good to see you. How do you know CPA Ngari?
Well, it's a long story, but just to keep it short, Kevin is somebody that I knew through a circle that we were serving sometime when I was still a young boy. And he held my hands to grow to a point whereby right now I feel also I'm indebted to support him to be able to achieve his dreams.
That's incredible. You know, sometimes there is a risk of isolation in this age and time where people want to do life by themselves. But the networks that you build, him holding your hand years back when you were a young boy, and now you are an old man, you are planning your estate. Yeah, you look back and you're like, that was an impactful moment. But you look young, by the way. So for this evening, what is your expectation from this evening's event?
Well, knowing who Kevin is, my expectation is for the rest of the world, Kenya, and the Iceberg fraternity to be able to know his capabilities and his abilities and his experience that they can be able to tap onto by making him one of the council members. Indeed, Iceberg will have one of the greatest minds to be able to take the institution to the next level.
Amazing. Asante sana. You know, she's looking at you, she's nodding, she's like, yeah. Yeah. What's your good name? And how do you know Kevin Otieno?
Kevin or Peter.
Oh, Peter. Peter, sorry. Look the way you guys, he held your hand until I'm calling you Kevin. Apologies, Peter. Yeah? Yeah. So how do you know Peter?
Apologies, I have a cold, but my name is Maureen Chelimo. Peter is my best half. That's how I know him.
Okay. If you're seated next to somebody, ask them, do you have a best half, by the way? Just ask them, do you have any best half on your side? Or they have started focusing on their tea. You know, when you see them looking at their snacks. But thank you, your best half. So in this half and half business, yeah, in this half and half business, how do you think? Because looking at Kevin, he's a family man, and we're gonna look at that. A man being a family man, yeah, and the way he held Peter's hand. Do you think that is a very a game changer, an additional value proposition for Kevin, even as he aspires to be part of this council?
Yes, most definitely. When Peter was still a young guy, and when he was, finding his footing in business, and going out there looking for business, Kevin was there. So I think if the ISPAC fraternity gives him an opportunity, he's definitely going to take them to the next level because he believes in people and he has a great potential and he's a focused man. And when he decides to do something, he will see it to completion. Yes, so they should actually give him an opportunity. Yes.
Wow. Look at you now. Yeah? You guys are a very well-spoken couple. Yeah? I'm pretty sure the children in this household, hey, watakuwa na proper mindset. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate. Okay? So the next person I'm speaking to, you better have a better half. Okay? All right? Hello, as we finish. Yeah. Hello, sir. How are you doing? I was just saying hi. Good to see you. I think I've seen you somewhere. Where?
I don't know.
Exactly, but I'll remember that. Okay? If not that, then I'll remember today. So good to see you. What's your good name?
I'm Ken.
Ken. Wow, Ken. Pleasure meeting you, Ken. You look like one of my friends. I think his name is Joe. Yeah? Joe Gashira. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Come on, I can't hear you. Good afternoon. Kama unaniona nipungie mkono tafadhali. Nipungie mkono, nipungie mkono, nipungie mkono. Asante sana. Those of us joining us virtually also unaweza punga mkono. So my name is Noah Kipkemboy, and I'm privileged this evening to be part and parcel of something amazing, something that's going to shape this country in ways that most of the times we don't think about. Because this is where people call it the shadow government. Yeah. Now there is a shadow force that moves things in this country, and it is the professionals in our country. Okay. Especially this time. How many people have already gone through the Finance Bill 2025? Just raise your hand. If you've gone through the Finance Bill 2025, people are avoiding eye contact. Okay. Thank you very much. So as a country, because we are collectively stakeholders in this nation. And like any other household, we have to budget, okay? And that's why this evening, when we talk about ISPAC, Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Kenya, they play a huge role in this. So the members and people who operate under ISPAC have a direct impact on how we do things in this country. And that's why having a man who is very intentional, who is very focused, and who has something value to bring on the table is very important, to have such men being part of critical decision-making organs. And that's why this afternoon, CPA Kevin Ngari is launching his manifesto for ISPA Council member aspirations. And as he does that, we'll give him an opportunity, first of all, to understand him as a man, who he is, what does he stand for, what are his values. Secondly, we'll understand his qualifications, because God has given us opportunities to be equipped in life. And we say that luck is when opportunity meets preparation. Is he prepared? Here is an opportunity. Some people will say he's lucky, but will say he's not lucky, is that he's favored by God. But most importantly, is that he has qualifications to be in the space that he aspires to be. And lastly, we'll get a deep dive into his manifesto, which is very, very important for all of us to understand what he's bringing on board. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this session. I know some of us are joining us virtually. Thank you very much for making time to be part of this. Later on, we'll give you an opportunity to ask questions. For those online, you can always type in the room. Also, you can always raise your hand after when that time comes. But before we do anything, I'd like us to begin with God, because we understand our foundations are rooted in the Almighty God. Sawa sawa. So on this wonderful Sunday afternoon, I'd like to call upon Sam Kibara to open for us with a word of prayer. Pigeni makofi yakikuja tafadhali. Come on, until he arrives. Mr. Sam, you look very relaxed. Good to see you. The floor is yours.
Hello. Good afternoon. Good to see all of you this afternoon. Let's bow for a word of prayer. Mighty and everlasting Father, we come before you this evening, giving you thanks and praising your name for who you are, your sovereign and your great God. You've given us an opportunity to witness such a good thing from one among us who has presented himself for such a seat as this in the professional body. And so, Father, we come before you as we start and as we come to witness this launch of the manifesto from Kevin Ngari, seeking to be one of the council members within the esteemed profession of the accountants of Kenya. So, Father, we ask that as we have the next few moments just to sit, listen, and just witness this good occasion. We ask that you be with us, you help us, and you guide us in every way. For indeed, Father, we pray this, trusting and believing in Jesus' name. Thank you. Amen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kibara, for the prayer. And now, at this particular moment, let us be upstanding. Let us be upstanding for the national anthem. And even as we come to that, ask your neighbor, do you know the East African anthem? Ask them, just, what is the first line of the East African anthem? Tell them it's time to remove your phone so that you can start Googling the lyrics for the East African anthem. But we'll have the national anthem, one stanza, the East African anthem, one stanza before we proceed. DJ.
Mungu twaomba unilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tulilinde, tuajibike, tulimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Thank you very much, Mr. DJ. Tell your neighbor, I didn't see you sing the East African anthem. Yeah? Familiarize yourself with some of these things, all right? They really help, especially when you're outside the country and you're representing us. And somebody tells you, you come from the ESC community. What's the national anthem? Then you start wondering what you can do. So it's good you familiarize yourself. Very, very important. But for now, once again, I'd like to welcome you to the Manifesto launch of CPA Kevin Ngari's, aspirations to be part of the Council for ISPAC. So as I was telling you earlier on, that accountants are important people. Each and every single day, we are doing a balancing act. If you're in any household, you're looking at how much money you're making vis-a-vis how much you're spending. You scale that up in the organizational level, we're still balancing the same mathematics. And you even scale wider, you look at the national level, we are still doing the same mathematics. That's why, even currently as we speak, the Cabinet Secretary for Treasury is also part of the accounting community. He is a CPA himself. So it shows the importance of this particular body. And by the fact that Kevin has looked at himself, called himself for a meeting and said, I have something of value to bring to the table. It's very important. It's very important because some of us also, we have value, but tunasemanga hapana, mbona nisumbue watu. No, you have to disturb people. And that's why we're having this particular event this evening. So, ladies and gentlemen, just to inform you that is the importance of accountants in the country and ISPAC as a body, especially as a regulator, overseer, leading the way. I've seen, because I'm a journalist on my other side of life. So sometimes, especially in this period where we're discussing the finance bill, where we're planning ourselves as a country, ISPAC has been that lead voice because Kenyans are looking for leaders in your specific areas. So when it comes to matters finances in this country, we are looking at ISPAC. You guys are the accountants. What do you have to say about this particular bill? What suggestions do you bring to the table? And we've seen that actively happening. And with, introductions and coming with new ideas with the likes like Kevin Ngari here, is that it elevates the body, okay? It elevates the body and also brings that relatability. Right now, we are in an age of information. They call them Gen Zs. These young people are too informed. Yes, But still, we need the experts. And those experts are also accountants at the end of the day. Those Gen Zs are the current and also the future accountants. So the big question is, how also do you inspire the next generation? If you can take a stand, like Kevin has taken today, to say that I have this to offer, not only for the sake of where we are right now, but for the sake of the future. So ladies and gentlemen, it's a beautiful evening that we will get to go deeper into this particular manifesto. But before we do so, we've been it's been a journey, okay? We didn't just wake up and found ourselves in this particular room. It's been a journey of traversing this country, speaking to actual people on the ground, speaking to accountants in different regions of this country to understand what they're going through and what actually Kevin is proposing to be the solution to some of the challenges that they're going through, but also to complement the efforts that they're making. So this particular moment, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like us to build our focus on this particular screen because there is an introductory video that will give us a slight understanding, even as we get to understand him more, as we delve deeper into the program of who CPA Kevin Ngari is. Shall we have the video?
I'm Jambo. I am CPA Kevin Ngari, a holder of a master's degree in finance and investment, a Bachelor of Arts in economics. I'm also a certified financial analyst as well as a certified pension trustee. I have 17 years in public sector accounting experience, 13 of which I'm serving at the judiciary as a senior accountant in the Office of the Chief Justice, 4 of which I served at the IBC as a financial accountant. In the 2025 ISPAC election cycle, I am vying for the position of ISPAC council member. I believe that I have what it takes to run a council based on my current and previous board experience, one with the judiciary pension scheme, which I've served for the last 4 years. And this is a scheme which I entered when the returns were quite low, resulting from the COVID-19. When I joined, the scheme had declared the lowest rate of return to members, which was 0%. And last year during the AGM, we were able to turn it around to 13.71%, the highest return to the members since the scheme was established. My star agenda is underpinned under 4 key pillars, namely accountability, public interests, partnerships, and lastly, responsiveness. The first pillar is accountability. I believe that there is no leadership without accountability to the stakeholders. The second pillar is public interest. As a professional body, I believe that we have a role and a responsibility to safeguard public interests. My third pillar is partnerships. I'm deeply persuaded that we can pursue as an institute collaborations with other stakeholders that help us achieve common goals. My fourth pillar is responsiveness. I'm deeply convinced that the institute needs to remain flexible to the changing work environment, as well as the technological changes such as AI and the age demographics of upcoming accountants. My vision for ISPAC is to make it an institute of social change through taking care of member concerns and public interests. ISPAC members, from the 12th to the 15th of May 2025, vote CPA Kevin Ngari, vote the ISPAC we want, vote member 7731.
Ladies and gentlemen, CPA Kevin Ngari, mpigeni makofi. Very well dressed, you look sharp, yeah? You know, sometimes we are told you are addressed by how you dress sometimes, yeah? Never judge a book by the cover, by the way. Very, very important. So that is the brief. It will be easy for us to put such a video together and send it out and tell people, vote, and we wait. But there are questions, there are clarifications that need to happen. When I talk about responsiveness, what does it mean? And that's why we have this manifesto launch, to be able to expound on these propositions so that it is very clear for each and every one of us when you are voting for CPA Kevin Ngari, this is exactly what you're getting. And you understand, as a country where we are right now, one of the challenges has been that, oh, we thought we were voting for this, then we get something totally different. To alleviate that, we give you an opportunity to look, for him to explain himself even clearer, and for you to ask any questions in regards to his particular proposition. So, ladies and gentlemen, at this particular moment, without wasting much time, since we've seen the man of the moment, CPA Kevin Ngari, and this is where I ask my DJ, I'd like you to, because we are told that, you know, accountants are these serious people. They can't dance. They can't move. When they dance, they're dancing offbeat. Have you ever seen somebody dance offbeat? Yeah? But they align your books. But when they dance, you're like, hey, are you the same person? CPA Ngari is about to disprove all of you. Tell your neighbor he's about to disprove all of you. So DJ, I'd like you to give me, first of all, play the music that you have so that we see whether it's danceable. Is that one of walking down the aisle, you know? Play some music so that we get it. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let us be upstanding wherever we are. Just do like this. Check your shoulders. I see some people are shaking their shoulders out of sync. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, DJ, pause. Just remain standing. I've seen somebody shake their shoulder like this, then they follow the other one like this. Okay, so we want this gentleman to come on stage, okay? And he's gonna approach with this family, and you're gonna dance, sir. You've gotten the gist of the music, yeah? It's essentially, it's calling on you to go a little bit down like this, yeah? Yeah? So this is me giving you leakage. We have the Gen Zs in the house. They might want you to do that, but you don't have to strain yourself, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, are we ready to welcome CPA Ngari on stage? Are we ready? And we promise to support him also with us dancing as he comes. All right, DJ, take it away. Come with your family. Let's see you dance. Come on, guys. Come on. Somebody's just standing looking at us. You don't even feel guilty. Come on, let us appreciate this wonderful family. Asante sana. Thank you very much. Wow. You can dance. That's incredible. You know, we've been talking with her about mathematics and what they're learning, agriculture, and she's also a good dancer. And also this gentleman. Good to see you, sir. Looking good. I like that farm handshake, yeah? Comes from the dad, yeah? So at this particular moment, I'd like to give the microphone to CPA Ngari. We can just have our seats for the moment, okay? Can have our seats for the moment. Sir, you have an amazing family here. They say that behind every successful man, there is a family, okay? I've just changed that quote right now. But introduce us to your family, and then tell us, because there's somebody who lives in close proximity to you than the rest of us. But there are people who are close to you. Also introduce us to them. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Noah. Good afternoon. Thank you for gracing this occasion, both physically and online. My name is CPA Kevin Ngari, and these are my people. My wife, Margaret Wamboi, my daughter, Megan Mutoni, and my son, the footballer, Nathan Ngari. So those are my people. Noah.
Okay, So, your son is a footballer.
Yeah,
Did you play football when you were younger?
I played mostly rugby.
Rugby.
Yes.
And he chose a safer sport, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
The
incredible.
sport with the money.
Uh, but at this particular moment, because there is something amazing about family. So,
Yes.
I don't have a family yet, yeah? But you have one.
Yes.
Does family change a man and make a man more responsible? So that when we look at you there, standing with your family, there is a level of trust that we have in you that normally they wouldn't have on a person like me who is just gallivanting here.
That question sounds like a setup because you should have met me when I didn't have a family. Then you would have gotten a good answer for that. But the family does bring stability, focus, including the use of resources, that is time, energy, and money.
Wow.
So they make all that resource given by God to be channeled into making their welfare better.
Wow.
Unlike when you are just alone, you have your time to spend on yourself, all the cash, if you decide to use all of it, having fun, that is eliminated when family comes in. So you are more focused, you are more intentional in whatever you do.
Hey, so I'm less focused with the way. By the way, you've spoken about money. You know, now I'm thinking how I use my money, and I'm like, that is true. I can use my money better. Big question is, being a father, does that? I mean, I'm not a father yet. Yeah, the only experience I have is having a father. Yeah, but does that also define the course of your life? Especially when it comes to how you view life, how you view responsibility, because you've worked in different spaces, IEBC, you've worked now at the judiciary. Fatherhood, does it change a man?
It does. It is the greatest gift any man can get from God. I've been lucky to have been in the hospital when both of them were born. And Nate is the one I saw first. This one came far much later.
Mm-hmm.
And I had just left to go and do some registration at the maternity wing. A few minutes I come back to get, I think it was the NHIF card. And I'm finding my wife who I left alone with her child. And I thought I was in the wrong room, only for the doctor to call me back and tell me, sir, this is now your people.
Mm-hmm.
So from that moment, something sparked in me. And it's something that I might not want to lose. So I might want to grow old, see them also become parents, and see them take over the responsibilities that they've seen us handle with them, the same way we've seen with our own parents.
Definitely.
So fatherhood is amazing.
Wow, that's incredible. You entered the room and you're like, hey, there's another human being here. What is happening? That's incredible. And later on, we're going to hear from your wife, which is very interesting. But you've spoken about Nate. Nate, good to see you, buddy. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
You're doing good. How old are you?
Turning 13.
13.
Yes.
You know, some people, if you had 30, just it's time to go see a doctor. All right. So you're turning 13.
Yes.
What's incredible about being your dad's son?
He's a cool dad.
What do you mean, cool dad?
He's just he's a perfect dad.
He's a perfect dad.
Yes.
I got all my sisters with me. We are family.
Hey, Ned, shikilia hapo, Ned, shikilia hapo. You know, some of us in the room, we grew up with older folks. Right now, you're trying to heal from the traumas that your dad inflicted. Look at that. Cool dad. And you also play football?
Yes.
Yeah, that's incredible. You want to be a professional or this is just for fun?
Professional.
You want to be a professional footballer?
Yes.
What team does your dad support?
Arsenal.
Ask your neighbor, what team do you support, by the way? Arsenal. That's incredible. You too, you support Arsenal?
No.
What team do you support?
Liverpool.
Liverpool. I see. Like generations are getting better. You are supporting us, no? A lot from them. Yes, good leadership skills. That's incredible. Coming from your son. You know, some of us have never said this about our dads, okay? So good leadership skills. He's a good leader. Like he takes charge, takes control. That's all right. I've chatted with your younger sister. What's your good name? Microphone. What's your good name?
Megan Mudhoni.
Mudhoni. Good to see you. We were talking about math and now you don't want to look at me. What's amazing about your dad? What do you love about your dad?
He's kind.
Ooh. Another session. Ask the person sitting next to you, was your dad kind? That's incredible. Good to see you. And what is one of the most memorable things that you've done with dad that you can always remember? Anything that you can remember that you did with dad? I know we were chatting there. You talked to me about your birthday being on the 20th of December. Is that true?
Yes.
So what other thing have you done with dad that you can remember? It was really fun. That is us remembering, by the way. Uh-huh. The microphone has reached to the person who can expose you very nicely or not. Yeah? To the wife. Please introduce yourself to our audience this evening.
Wamboi Kerry.
Wamboi Kerry. Very brief. This gentleman today is vying for something amazing, to be part of ISPAC's council. For this role.
Just his track record. Yeah, when I met him, there are so many titles here, but I just found the Bachelor and the CPA. So I've watched him go for the rest with sheer determination and focus. And that's the same way he leads at home. Yeah. Yeah.
And in that spirit of leading, I know sometimes putting words, it takes intentionality. And that's why, Mr. Ngari, I'd like you to bring your family here where I'm standing. Kindly come. Wapigeni makofi tafadhali. So at this particular moment, I know you've spoken about the amazing man that he is. When you were with him initially, he was titleless. And now, oh, you had some titles. Not just, you have to start from somewhere as a man. But please, there is even more story to the two of you that makes a case for him, at least as a man, from where he stands. The floor is yours.
You put your hand, go walk. Your name go open doors. You self go be a boss. Amen. Amen. Everything you put your hand go.
So good evening. So happy to have you in this room. Karibuni sana. And I would just, in brief, like to talk about my husband and why I think he has what it takes to do this. So now I won this book, the book that I'm holding, through an online challenge by the author. He had asked us, his followers, to write about a mentor that had impacted us, and the comment that received the most engagement would be rewarded. So I wrote about the profound influence my husband, Kevin Ngari, had on my life, highlighting his exceptional leadership. Ngari's generosity, his sheer determination, and unwavering focus are just some of the qualities that I captured. Then there is his extraordinary ability to remain composed enough to find solutions when things are falling apart. That says a lot about this wonderful man who has gathered us here today. So that challenge, where I won this book, was around roughly 6 years ago. And to this day, I still consider my husband Ngari a personal mentor, a wonderful son to his parents, a wonderful husband, a brother, good brother to his siblings, and a good friend. After 13 years with him, I can confidently say that Ngari is an anchored man. When he starts something, you can be sure that he possesses immense grace to see them through to completion. And by the way, he doesn't just excel at formulating strategies, he's also very great at executing them. You can trust Ngari's leadership because he leads himself well. As a family, he has led us well, and the people around him can attest to that. So yes, vote for CPA Kevin Ngari. In every leadership role God has granted him, he has impacted those spaces and the people he has served positively. As I conclude, please consider a scripture that we hold dear as a family. Proverbs 3:5-6, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him and he will make your path straight. But then there's one scripture I would like to add in Proverbs 21:31 that says that a horse is prepared for battle, but it's God who gives victory. And Kevin has been prepared. He's still getting ready and working and hitting the ground to speak to people one-on-one. But I want to assure you that victory comes from God. So after we have done all that we have done and we are going to do until we close this, that we pray for favor over you. So to my wonderful man Ngari, you know this, but allow me to say this here. I wholeheartedly believe in your leadership. There is no doubt that God's abundant favor rests on you. You possess everything necessary for this role, and we are fully graced to support you so that you can serve ISPAC well. Thank you.
Everything you put your hand
Makofi. Wapigeni makofi tafadhali. Asanteni sana, mbarikiwe. You guys have done well. CPA Ngari, I'll allow you to go sit with your family for now. Mkae pamoja. Wow.
Every hustler getting paid. Where the hustle go come to pay. Your own innovative. Amen.
Okay.
If you define work to your own.
Amen.
God self go to his own.
Ladies and gentlemen, ask your neighbor, if your spouse is to make a speech of you today, what will they say? Do you think they will write anything positive? Yeah? They'll say a prayer. The speech will be a prayer, yeah? I pray for this man to become a leader. But here we have a man. And I mean, you can't, in life, it's very easy to put up a front, to put up an image. But the people who really know you are the people that you live with each and every single day. And that testimony coming from Gary's wife, I think it's powerful to understand that if you're responsible, if you're faithful with the little that is given to you, and I'm not saying family is little, I'm just talking quantity. If you're given 4 people to lead, 3 people, if you're faithful in that, then there is a case for you to be given even greater responsibility. And that is the life that Kevin Ngari is living. So, ladies and gentlemen, since we've had from the household, when Mr. Ngari leaves his home, you go to work. Sindio? This is another layer of responsibility of people who know you. And they can say, hey, ujamaa, kazini, akuangi hivi. Ama ujamaa, anakuanga hivi. So we're about to get the testaments of the people you've worked with. I hope you have a good rapport with them and you have a good track record. So ladies and gentlemen, at this particular moment, I'd like to quickly welcome brief remarks. All right? Some of us have been friends with Ngari since he was single. Now he's a family man. Yeah? Having a son who supports a winning team like Liverpool. You'll be tempted to tell us the story, yeah, of your whole journey. I kindly request that you pick out the most important things. Keep it brief. If you can do it in less than 3 minutes, if we go on the higher end, we'll really appreciate in the interest of time. So, initially, as you saw in the video, Ngari introduced his work history, okay? He's worked at IEBC before, okay? I know our interaction with IEBC is different depending on where you sit. Some of you feel some type of way about IEBC, others don't. But at the core of it is that IEBC as an organization is very important for us as a country to make sure that we are holding our elections. Now, he's worked there and he's worked with wonderful people. At this particular moment, I would like to welcome Mr. Abdi Elema. Abdi Elema, are you here with us today? Mpigeni makofi yakikuja tafadhali. Talk to us about this man, Ngari. And who he's all about, whether he was a good colleague or otherwise. The floor is yours.
Is it afternoon or it's evening? Good evening. May the blessings of God be upon you all. We are going to follow the protocols. So, respect to my brother Ngari, who has hosted this event, the whole team behind him, it's a massive team, all CPS, and all other members of this profession. Asanteni sana. We thank you for coming. And I'll give you a brief history of I consider him a friend, more than a brother, and a colleague. We started working with Kevin. Immediately after I finished my Bachelor of Arts, I joined IEBC. I think that is on 2009, if I'm not wrong. I was first in a department called the Registrar of Political Parties, but I was transferred to a department of Finance and Procurement. There is where I met Kevin Ngari, an outstanding gentleman. By then, he was still a bachelor, I remember. So was I. We were a group of about 4 guys who, it was a clique of 4 guys who used to work together within the finance and procurement. I can attest to it that Ngari is a professional worker. I found him there, and he taught me a lot. By then, if he remembers, he was the examiner at IBC Finance. And anything that was not well documented could not go to the next step for payment, notwithstanding the amount of pressure that will come from above. Kevin will stand his ground and say, this must be done. This is the kind of gentleman that we are talking about. He went ahead and advanced his career. I remember I went to Kwemu. We were complaining most of the time, especially on Fridays. We were wondering, where is Kevo? Kevo ameenda wapi? Kumbe the guy is in class doing his master's at Kemu. And eventually, he left IBC for higher office, maybe greener pastures at judiciary. But he did not lose his contact, his friends, his linkage. Before he went to IBC, to judiciary, he met a wonderful lady called Maggie. I remember that name because there were two of them. So sometimes we confused. Sasa tulikuwa tunamuita Maggie Wangare. Na uli mwingine alikuwa anaitwa Maggie wa, let me not say it. Maggie was a wonderful lady. And she is still a wonderful lady. And I remember she was working at Coop Bank then, is it? Equity Bank, yes. Eventually, they got married. I can attest to that. I was part of the, was it, wanaitwa groomsmaid ama wanaitwa, unajua huko kwetu Northeastern, hizi vitu hakuna. So sisi we just have a sheikh, and he attended my wedding, he can attest to it. Yes, we have a sheikh, and napeano na the parents. And then after that, watu wanakula ngamia. And he came to Nanyuki, and indeed, he asked me a serious question. Kwani harusi yenu ni kukula tu? And then when he went to judiciary, Kevin did not lose touch with those people who he considered friends. And he had many friends. And all his friends, they will think that he was the closest to him. Ukiuliza, this room, are you close to Ngare? Most of the people will tell you, I am the closest to him because he made you feel that you're the closest. And eventually, Ngare rose, he went to judiciary, and now he's at judiciary, at a good place in judiciary. These are all favors of God upon him. One of the main things that I remember, one of his uncles gave him during his wedding was a Bible, if I was not wrong. Sorry, I did not prepare any speech, I just entered. So this is coming from the heart. So I remember he was given a Bible, akaambiwa big. Everybody who wants the favor of God, religion, Muslim, Christian, must live by the guidance of God. Because if you don't respect God, are you going to respect the community? Are you going to respect members of this class? Are you going to respect this person? When you go to, when you die eventually, if you get to the higher office, what will he beg you to? What is he going to beg more of support when you take a decision? Decision good or bad, there must be a good foundation. This guy has and so he will be able to his part to his task. And as I was sitting there,
Thank you very much, Asante Sana. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. And those of us joining virtually, we still are taking care of your comments right there. We will be sampling them later on. Asante Sana. You know the Kenyan way, we are told, hata sikuwa nimeprepare, hata sijaongea sana. Yeah, but thank you for taking your time, sir. So for the next speakers, I kindly request, let us keep it brief. At most, if we go too much, is 3 minutes. I kindly request for that so that we can stick to program. At this particular moment, still from IABC, there is a wonderful lady with us in the room. I don't know whether she's around. Caroline? Caroline, where are you? Pigeni makofi tafadhali akikuja. She's worked with Kevin. Mpigeni hadi afike. Come on, guys. All right. Karibu sana. There you go. The floor is yours. Asante sana. Thank you very much, Caroline, for that brief remark. Okay, so time is really moving. I'd request the rest of the speakers to keep it brief, please. And even those of us who are joining virtually, there is a gentleman called John K. CP Ngari. I've known Kevo. He's called you Kevo. You know, sasa huyo ni mtu mwenye amekujua. Eh? I've known Kevo since both primary school and Sunday school. So there is evidence that he went to Sunday school, okay? To the youth fellowship. So he went to youth fellowship, very important. During our high school and latter years, I can attest to all that is being said being true. Thank you very much, John K. We have CPA Jen Mwangi, Kongole Hasibungari. We also have quite a number of messages coming in. Please keep them coming. Jacqueline Kasandi, congratulations, CPA Ngare. Keep sharing those words of encouragement and also just the man that he is, the way you've interacted with him. At this particular moment, ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker has promised to keep it and to speak to us in less than a minute. Currently, since CP Ngari works at Judiciary, do we have somebody from Judiciary here? Anybody from Judiciary? Just raise your hand. Beautiful. So let me look at these wonderful people and see who's going to keep time amongst the four of them. Let me see your left hand. Anyone who's mwenye amefunga saa? Left hand, left hand, left hand. Okay, it's you. Wewe peke yako ndio uko na saa. Yeah? So, utaweka saa. Keep time. In less than a minute, please come. Talk to us about your colleague and who he is, even as we do so. You can walk this direction, please. That's why we have steps, okay? I know our previous speakers have been jumping over there, yeah? And they're risking their lives. They didn't even know, okay? So the floor is yours. Less than a minute. I believe in you. You can just use this microphone.
Your wife said, please do not let us down. Stay, remain faithful to your star agenda. Good evening to you all.
Asante sana. Thank you very much. Mpigeni makofi. She's the first amongst many to keep time in our speakers, even as we move on. All right, Asante sana. And that is testament. She's not been in judiciary for long, but she can testify that she's experienced you in a different light, in a good light. Yeah. And that is a powerful testimony. Now, CP Ngare, you've also been part of a SACCO, yeah? United Winners SACCO. You call it UWS, yeah? If you replace the U with K, it gives a totally different meaning, yeah? Yeah. But UWS, you've been part of the leadership, and these are people who also know you in a different light. Some people, when they deal with money, they change. So let's get a testimony from that end. And to speak from United Winners Circle, in less than a minute following the precedence that has been duly set by our sister there, I'd like to welcome Mr. Kenneth Ngodho. Mpigeni makofi tafadhali ya kuja hadi afike. Amazing power of Sako. Kevin Ngari.
Someone that I've been introduced to, someone that I've interacted to, someone that we have done life together. As I stand here, my testament may not be a minute because when CPA Kevin Ngari talks about social transformation, when we are talking about bringing transformation, I also happened to be long ago a leader in the youth. In those days, Kevin was very good in mathematics. He was ability pillar. And I'm not a mathematician. When I was a board member in there, and I realized that we had issues of accountability in the society. I was very selfless. Because being the honorable treasurer of a SACCO that's talking about 2.5 billion, currently being the chair, I don't lose sleep because I have an treasurer who is accountable. Because having 14,000 members trust us to lead a loan book of 1.9 billion and lead their deposit that is heading to 3 billion. That is the Kevin Ngari that I'm talking about, that is doing it. Not only talking about it, but someone that I have seen doing it. And as I stand here, I want to confirm to all of you that in the board that I have sat with him over the last 10 years, accountability to him is something that is in his heart. And today, as I stand here, I want to confirm to you that Kevin Ngari is not only coming for the leadership because he needs a title or because he's moved by anything that he will get when he becomes a council member. If you're a CPA and you're looking for a leader who believes in transformation and a leader who leads and a leader who makes things happen, because things don't just happen. If ISPAC, you believe and you want things to happen, you got the person that you've been looking for, none other than CPAK Kevin Ngari. That is the person I'm talking about, because I have seen it and I've seen him do it. And as a chair of that society, and as my friend, and also got the privilege of being his best man, I am confident this evening, as I stand here, talking from my own heart, because I didn't need to read or write about him, because I can just talk freely, because not only being my treasurer in the board, he's been a friend that we've walked journeys and walked levels. And Kevin, this is just the beginning of where God is leading us to the next level. The future belongs to them who believe in their dreams. And the dream that you believe in this, I want to just let you know, CPA Kevin, thank you for taking a risk. People who've brought transformation and people who've brought change are people who took the risk. Thank you for taking the risk because you believe in the impact that you want and the STAR agenda. And I believe you've not only called us here to tell us things that you don't believe in. I believe the STAR agenda that you're talking about this evening, they're going to launch this evening. I believe when you say something, you believe in it and you make sure that it happens. Go buddy, go brother, make it happen. And to all the CPA and to the ISPAC fraternity, Ngari is the man that you need for that. God bless you.
Thank you. Asante sana.
When Jesus say yes, nobody can say no. When Jesus say yes,
All right.
nobody can.
Asante sana, Mr. Kenneth Godho from United Winners SACCO. We appreciate, sir. And thank you for passionately speaking about this. I was thinking, okay, time is going, but you are the best man. So I spared you, yeah, because you're the best man. But that speaks about relationships, yeah? The personal relationships, these are people who know Kevin beyond our professional circles. They know him personally, even to trust him to stand by you when you're making one of the most important decisions in your life. That speaks of the man that he is. So we appreciate that. And talking about industry colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, I know those of us joining online, I can see some of your feedback. Evelyn from United Winners SACCO is saying, congratulations, CP Kevin. You have what it takes to take this position. We have served with you in the UWS board for almost 10 years, and I confirm your exemplary leadership skills. Hawa ni watu wanakujua na wanakuongelelea, si ndio? Uliza jirani yako, watu wenye wanakujua wakikuongelelea watasema nini? Watasema huyo hata tunamwombeanga tu chini ya maji. All right? We can do better. So at this particular moment, ladies and gentlemen, please, I'm tempted to put a timer here. So when you see me there grinning, just know your time is up. Let us keep it less than a minute. We'll appreciate. I'd like to welcome Mr. Amos Wambongo. Where's Amos? Beginning makofi akikuja. Another testimony. Very brief. Asante sana for keeping time, sir.
CPA Amos Wambongo. I'm glad to be here today. Are we glad to be here? Can I see some smiles, please? You know, we are from church, and that's the place I know Kevin from. We serve with Kevin. I've known Kevin for the past 5 years. My name is CPA Amos Wambongo. Clearly, I'm one of the young CPAs here, and it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here. So, you know, accountants, we are not good with speeches, so we like to crunch numbers. So I did something small here for the respect of Kevin. Today, I'm not here to crunch numbers. I'm here as a young professional accountant to proudly endorse CPA Kevin. This is a man who adds real value. He carries zero liabilities and offers nothing but a real return on leadership. This guy was born in 1982, just in case you didn't know. He has grown up in the heart of Nyeri. This is a place where there's a humble community which values hard work and honesty. They don't just teach it, they live it. And Kevin is attest to that. It's amazing that through hard work, discipline, and sheer determination, CPA Kevin has grown from a young man at Nyeri High Boys to now a renowned senior accountant in the office of the Chief Justice. Kevin not only brings on board technical expertise, but also emotional intelligence, mentorship, and a deep understanding of what it means to lead. And that's what the Institute needs. We need real leadership, someone with proper transformation. And Kevin, as it has already been said, is a man who is very transformative, a man with a clear agenda under the STAR Manifesto. And I want to stand here to endorse Kevin as a young accountant. And I'm rallying all the young CPAs. Guys, Kevin is the man. Watch the space. Let's take his pack to new heights. Thank you.
Okay. Asante sana. Pigeni makofi tafadhali. Thank you for editing your speech because it was a little bit lengthy, but you've done the proper editing and I appreciate you for that sacrifice. Okay? Thank you very much. But that's it. These are people that have worked with Calvin and you can see the testament. As we do so, remember we have our online audience. Helen says that I endorse CPA Ngari and the STAR agenda. His experience in balancing higher officers' protocol versus lower level staff affairs is the ingredient ISPEC requires. He is knowledgeable, keen, patient, a self-starter, and certainly committed to service. Thank you very much, Helen, for your feedback. We also have a CPA Lily Bongei. She says, I've had a distinct honor of knowing CPA Kevin Ngari for over 13 years. Amekujua 13 years. Mtoto wa 13 years saizi anaweza have a conversation about the budget of this country with you. So this is a long time. Throughout this time, we have worked closely together both on our professional capacities and as members of the Board of Trustees for the Judiciary Pension Scheme, where we represent over 6,000 members. Leader of men. Kevin is a seasoned professional, well-versed in board dynamics. He always comes prepared, demonstrates deep insights, and delivers results, which is actually incredible. And she says that she wholeheartedly endorses CPA Kevin Ngari. Thank you very much, CPA Lily Bongei. We also have Jerida Ombati saying, I've had the privilege of interacting with CPA Kevin, and I found him to be a humble and grounded professional, an attentive listener, and a natural mentor. Thank you very much, Jerida Ombati, for sharing your feedback. At this particular moment, ladies and gentlemen, later on, we'll also be hearing from other aspirants. And this is the beauty about ISPAC, that you guys are very professional and cordial with each other. We have other people who are vying also for the council member position with us. We'll give them an opportunity also to give their insights in regards to you. You know, we can't risk doing that in a political scene. Yeah? You'll come with receipts. Unajua huyu 2013, yeah? But here is professionalism and we appreciate that. So later on we'll have that. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome this gentleman, Mr. Sam Kibara, to give brief remarks. As he comes, mpigeni makofi tafadhali. Yes, Mr. Kibara, the floor is yours in a minute or so.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Good evening once again. Yes, just like you see many of the people, we started writing the speeches, and somewhere along the way, we realized we wouldn't get far. So I just want to say that I got to know CPA Kevin just about 8-9 years ago. As we were told, they were just, they were a new couple that was just getting by. I want to confirm that the Bible that was given during the wedding, he referred to the principles because we met in a church setting, and I have worked with Kevin in that setting, seeing who he is, and I can attest to what Kenneth has said, because as I stand here, I joined, I'm a member of the United Winners Circle, and courtesy of Kevin here. I have also had an opportunity of inviting Kevin to the work I do. I'm a risk consultant, and I sometimes get opportunities to teach board of directors in governance and risk and stuff like that. And I have had an opportunity of inviting Kevin to come and be part of empowering board of directors, some of whom are much older in other settings, and he brings his wealth of knowledge and his, like we have said, that he brings some resolve. So as I stand here, I just want to say that I'm talking about a man who I have known his resolve. He worked in judiciary. He just came back to Nairobi, by the way. Who comes from Garissa, some northeastern place, to the office of the Chief Justice. Somebody somewhere must have seen something in Kevin to say this man in Garissa can come and serve right here. And I think that's the man we are talking about, a man of great resolve. Most of us cannot even think of running a campaign, going to people's desks and telling them, can you vote for me? And he's not, like Ken has said, he's not doing it just for the sake of it. We see change where he goes. And so for me this evening, I just want to say, let's entrust Kevin for something higher. And we pray to God that wherever he reads, we need men and women who can actually step forward, who can like he has done wherever he has passed through. So on a personal front, knowing them as a family, knowing them from church, so knowing him at a professional circle, I can attest that Kevin Ngari has what it takes to become a reliable lead the council at his back. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Sam Kibara. And you've said something very important. We see change everywhere he goes. Repeat after me. We see change. Okay, I would have been better in that instruction. All right. Repeat after me. We see change everywhere he goes. Yes, very, very important. And these testimonies are very important. At this particular moment, do we have Mr. Raphael Matu with us? Raphael? Sir, good to see you from up here. I'd like to welcome you. Beginning, Mr. Raphael Matu makofi akikuja, just for a word, because from the way he's reacted, it feels like I've ambushed him. but I know he's gonna do it in less than a minute. Do you guys believe in him? Mpigeni makofi tafadhali akuje. Come this direction. Come this direction. We made stairs just for you, Mr. Matu. All right. There you go. And the floor is yours. Less than a minute, sir.
God is good, and all the time. Yeah, that is a serious ambush. Glad to be here, and as the MC has said, my name is CP Raphael Matu. Mimi ni mwalimu wa Kevin. So we met 2003, 2002. That is how many years from today? Yeah, that is on. Someone has said only 22 years from the time I got to know Kevin. Mine is very brief as a CPA. I first of all maybe just talk about our student lecturer relationship and how we became friends, because you have maintained the friends for that very long. Kevin, I think he has remained who I think everybody has said, and I think as the MC has said, everything, everywhere he goes, we see the change. So he has maintained that. He was a very aggressive student. I think after CPAs, then we met, of course, in his working environment. We kept very close. We kept consulting. And at some point, he called me and told me that he wants to go for this position. I happen to have been in the last 2 years at ISPAC overseeing elections in the scrutineers panel. I was in the IEBC, but now for ISPAC. And at that time, of course, I could not do a lot of politics, because when you are a referee, then you have to be very neutral. But I think for me, it's just to give him an encouragement and to give him all the support that he needs. I believe whatever the previous speakers have said is very true about him. And I can only urge all the members, those who are with us here, those who are listening to us online, to really support Kevin. I know it's quite a challenging position, and I think as the last speaker has said, it is not just about coming in to take the position. I know that the council position is quite demanding. Within the 2 years, I have been working very closely with members of the council. I do know how demanding the assignment is, and I have total trust that Kevin has what it takes. And we are not just seeing him getting to the council as a council member. Hopefully, we also want to see you moving and targeting to be our chair in the future. So don't just look at the council membership. Yeah, but let's the fight continues. You have everything that it takes. We'll continue to support you. We are with you, and the position is yours. So we pray and we continue. We know we have quite very tight 10 days remaining for the campaign. So don't we are out. I think we have a strong team. We are behind you, but above all, the prayers, because you need the prayers to keep going. It's quite tiring. I know you have to reach out if there are some departments, some offices you have not gone to. I think we talked yesterday. Always reach out, because we hear people maybe say, oh, we are in the judiciary. You never came to look for votes, so that is why we never voted for you. We are in KWS. We never saw you. So try to penetrate all these areas. Go to the big four, go everywhere, and where you need support, always ask so that we can also help you reach out to these people. So we believe you have what it takes. Go for it, and thank you very much.
Asante, sir. Asante tena. You see these steps. Wow, amazing. But thank you. 22 years. Hey. How old am I? 22 years. You guys knew each other when I didn't know myself. That's incredible. And you know one thing that I'm noting, Kevin, like your friendships are, like you keep friends really well. You guys are noticing. That's a pattern me. I'm the only one who's noticing this. He keeps friends so well. Because these days people don't have friends, man. Do you have friends from 22 years, somebody that you were with in Sunday school? That speaks a lot of who you are as a person. Wow, incredible. Do you have FCPA Gerald Geduku with us? CPA Gerald Geduku online? Not yet. Will be notified. Some feedback from our online audience, even as we proceed. Ernest says Kevin is a great seasoned accountant and a leader with integrity. The public sector family stands behind him. We also have village accountant. You've reached to the city accountants and you've also reached to the village accountants. And you're saying, and that's the issue about penetrating the whole country and speaking to people. There is a village accountant here who says, greetings all. I know CPA Kevin Ngari as a patriotic Kenyan who, besides his contribution to nation as an accountant, he's a cooperator, trustee to pension scheme, and ready to sacrifice to community what he has, wealth, wisdom, integrity, just to mention. When a village accountant, all the way from the ground. You know, for some people, kwa ground vitu ni different. For you, there is a certain level of consistency, and we thank God for that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on to stakeholders. We understand ISPAC. We are in a season of looking for votes and convincing people of the value that you're bringing on table. That's why we have this manifesto launch. And we have quite a number of people who are also on the race. Starting off with council member positions, apart from CPA Kevin Ngari, we have your industry colleagues who are also on the same race, and we'd like to acknowledge them. Very, very important. And those of us who will branch from this sector to political sector, you can learn a thing or two about how elections are handled here. There is no animosity, and it's very, very important. So do we have CPA Anthony Opondo with us, either physically or in virtually? CPA Anthony Opondo, if you're online, you can just raise your hand. We'll give you an opportunity to say a word. We also have FCPA Bernard Otieno Amuka. Is he with us in the room or joining us virtually? You can just raise your hand, but we would like to recognize you this evening. CPA Crispus Ruben Mbogo. Are you with us in the room or joining us virtually? You can always raise your hand so that we recognize you and give you an opportunity to say a word or two. CPA Douglas Ouso Nyokwoyo. With us in the room? Yeah, CPA Douglas. Is he in the room? Let me see. Virtually. Okay. So we can start with CPA Douglas. CPA Douglas, thank you very much for making time to be part of this manifesto launch. Briefly, in less than a minute or two, give us your short address and when you first met CPA Kevin. I don't know whether it's 22 years ago, but I'm pretty sure in this line of work you've interacted and you can say a thing or two about him. The floor is yours, CPA Douglas also Nyokwoyo, joining us virtually. Can you hear me? It reminds me of the COVID days. That was the most popular phrase. Can you hear me? Somebody with data bundles, Safaricom has just texted them, you have, your bundles are below 2 MBs and is there hanging. Can you hear me? CPA? We'll solve that shortly. I'll also like to recognize CPA Florence Tabu Biria. CPA Florence Tabu Biria. Thank you very much. I hope you are there virtually. CPA Kevin Ngari, of course, it is your day, sir. Pigeni makofi tafadhali yako kwa list one. Remember, by the time you're being shortlisted for this, you've been vetted thoroughly. Yeah? So very important. CPA Martin Kamau Mungai, in the room or virtually. If you are there, kindly raise your hand. CPA Molen Adhiambo Achayo. CPA Molen Adhiambo Achayo. Also, we'd like to recognize you. And CPA William Kipleting Koech. In the room or joining us virtually? Okay. Thank you very much, all the people in the rest. We thank you for being worthy competitors. That's the beautiful thing about this. Also, going for the chairmanship position, we would like to recognize FCPA Anwangeshi. FCPA Anwangeshi, we'd like to recognize you. And virtually, I saw CPA Professor Elizabeth Ntambi Kalunda. We'll give you an opportunity to say a word or two. And also in recognition, we'll like to recognize CPA Rispa Awar Olek. So those are going for the chairman position. My technical team will just inform me who's ready. We start with CPA Douglas also. Is he ready? William. Okay. I'd like to recognize CPA William Kipleting Koech to say or to give a few remarks, joining us virtually before we proceed. The floor is yours, CPA. DJ, here is where you play the music so that people start wondering what exactly is going on. CPA William Kipleting, are you there? Kindly unmute wherever you are. And as we do so, ladies and gentlemen, in the spirit of addressing us, we also have joining us virtually, I think is in Rwanda, yeah? The current chair of ISPAC. He's created time to be with us and join us virtually as much as he has other businesses that he's handling. We really appreciate, sir, for you taking time to be here with us. So we'll give you an opportunity to say a word or two. But in the meantime, I'm meant to understand some of the people that are supposed to speak. We should be finalizing that. And later on, we will have what we call the manifesto launch. And here is where you'll come in, CPA Ngari. Yeah. This year, we'll expect to understand what exactly you're bringing on board. All right? I can hear somebody online. Is that CPA William Kipleting? In the meantime, just greet the person sitting next to you.
This is CPA William Kipleting.
Good to hear from you, sir.
Yeah.
The floor is yours.
Thank you so much. I think I had an issue with unmuting myself. But let me take this opportunity to congratulate CPA Kevin for the unveiling of his agenda. I know we are both in the same race and we have two chances. So I wish him well, all the best, and also invite you for my launching tomorrow from 5:30 to 9 to 7 in the evening. So let me wish you all success and thank you so much for recognition.
Okay. Thank you very much. Beginning CPA William Kipleting Koech. Asante sana CPA Koech for the remarks. And thank you once again for making it happen. I don't know whether we can go straight to as chair. Is chair ready? Got you can just notify me in the meantime. I was being told that there is the issue of you speaking to your neighbor. Yeah? Just greet them. Ask them, how so far are we doing? How are we doing in this program? Speak to your neighbor, please. I know in church today you are told by the service host to speak to your neighbor, and you've had your feel of speaking to neighbors. But you know how CPA Ngari has made all these friendships. It's because it takes time to speak to his neighbors. Okay? Yeah, so that is very, very important. I hope we are flowing and we are cruising nicely. In the meantime, I know we are expecting some remarks from ISPAC, our chair, Philip Kakai, CPA Philip Kakai, who's already with us. I know CPA Kakai, Bwana Chair, you are supposed to give an address at around 5. Thank you for your patience, first of all. And secondly, I'd like to open the floor for you to make a few remarks in regards to CPA Kevin Ngari. The floor is yours,
Thank you.
Bwana Chair.
Thank you very much, Bwana MC. I'll take a very short time because we are involved in so many other meetings preparing for the ACOA conference here in Kigali, Rwanda. And I'll go straight to first congratulate CPA Kevin Ngari for having been nominated and all the way up to now in the campaigns. We just want to wish him well. Number 2, on the manifesto launch, I think it's something that is really a matter of congratulating him. Also, rarely do we have such for candidates who are at council level. It's mainly a preserve of the candidates at the chairmanship level. But I need to disclose to members that CPA Ngari happens also to be my colleague at the judiciary, and I must also disclose that I played a role in ensuring that he gets all the necessary guidance to do with the ISPAC elections, and I'll keep supporting him. I've been urging our colleagues to support him, but I just want to wish him the very, very best. Time will be very short soon. I mean, we have very few days remaining, I think around 4 to the end of the campaign. I wish to really rally his supporters, his campaign team, his strategists, and himself to really reach out to many, many voters. But I'm excited for one thing, something that rarely happens. I'm very excited that CPA Kevin Ngari has come with his family, his wife, and they are supporting him. You need all the necessary moral support from family, and family is the backbone for leadership. So I wish you well. I wish all his supporters well, my colleagues in the judiciary and across the public sector, across the private sector, practitioners, and other colleagues who are calling in. Let's see how we can give support to all our candidates. And this is the day for Kevin Ngari, and we wish him the very best. I know, MC, we have other candidates who are calling in. Maybe you'll give them a chance just to say hi, because we've also participated in the manifesto launches, like the chairmanship positions and others. But for now, let me wish him the very best. Of course, we'll link up with him after the launch to discuss other issues. Thank you very much. May God bless you.
Okay, thank you very much, CPA Philip Kakai, current ISPAC chair. We appreciate your remarks. And at this particular moment, I'd like to welcome, also joining us virtually, she's going for the chairman position. Okay, I'd like to welcome CPA Professor Elizabeth Kalunda to give us a few remarks. The floor is yours.
Make it in time. I was invited to sit closing end, of course, because of my condition.
All right. We love the conversation right there. Very natural. But in the meantime, Professor Elizabeth Kalunda, are you able to hear me? So that we give you the floor. I've just heard you. You can unmute your microphone. You can unmute your microphone. There's also another council member whose name online is iPhone. Okay? And we are not really able to diagnose who exactly is iPhone. So if you can just give us more details a little bit so that we can recognize you in a proper manner, it will be appreciated. But in the meantime, Professor Elizabeth Kalunda, are you with us so that you say a few words before we proceed, please? The floor is yours. All right. We've placed you even on the screen. Now it's just you unmuting a little bit there. If you're able to, unmute wherever you are, and we'll appreciate. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, the iPhone council member will also like to recognize you in that process. But
Sorry, MC. Sorry, I'm logged in as an iPhone. Unfortunately, I didn't notice when I logged in, but this is CPA Molen Achai. I'm not a council member, but a council aspirant. Sorry about that.
your apology is well accepted. You have a few minutes to give your remarks. Thank you very much. The floor is yours. Okay. She's not? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, hello.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes. Yes, we can hear a number of people speaking.
I think nikiongea nilikuwa nimeitwa niongea. Unajua we candidates give each other a chance.
Exactly.
Nimeona hapa ikiniambia
Professor
we would
Kariuki
like to
speaking.
speak and
Is it
mute.
my
Unajua
time
ile
to speak?
control wanakurushia.
Definitely.
Gaina.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what is called natural interactions. I know sometimes you just wonder what exactly is going on. It used to happen during COVID. You've unmuted and you don't know. Unapiga story vile ulikula ugali kilo tatu, and people are wondering, you work in the judiciary. How does this happen? It's the same thing, all right? So I don't know whether now she's ready, even as we get an extra one, the iPhone one. All right. Thank you, DJ. At this particular moment, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to, first of all, thank the DJ for doing a good job, but to recognize other council members who are running, CPA Molen Adhiambo Achayo. The floor is yours. Please give your brief remarks in regards to CPA Kevin Ngari, even as he launches his manifesto. Please. All right. Up next, because CPA Molen Adhiambo, we can't hear you, is CPA Douglas also Nyokoyo ready? CPA Douglas also Nyokoyo, are you ready to give your remarks briefly before we proceed? All right. All right, we can continue. So the next part of the program, ladies and gentlemen, it is, in fact, there is Douglas Nyokoyo is asking, allow me please, and I have allowed you. Please proceed to address us briefly, CPA Douglas Nyokoyo. You can unmute, please. CPA, unable to unmute. Okay. So if we can just get some help in regards to getting him unmuted. I know one of the ways to unmute is to look at the microphone emblem, for lack of a better word. It's written there, unmute, just next to the video. Are you able to do so? CPA? Douglas? Okay, I see that. It is disabled. Okay, I'm interacting with them here. Tell your neighbor it is disabled.
Hello?
When things are
Hello?
disabled, the Lord makes them able. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. How are you?
I'm well. You sound really nice.
I must be.
CPA, please address us briefly in regards to our candidate today, even as he launches his manifesto.
Okay. Thank you very much for giving me a chance. My good name is CP Douglas Nyokoyo. I counsel aspirant for this process. I am running alongside this brother, and we keep on saying this is a friendly fire for professional colleagues. There are 2 slots in there. And so these are mutually exclusive events. His win does not deter my win if it was to go that way. So we always, tap each other and wish each and every one of us the very best. So I want to congratulate my very good friend, Kevin Ngari, for a well, coordinated and a well executed launch that has just happened. And I wish him the very best. And I wish him well in the both hand and all the best as, he decides to join the council. We are doing this for the love of the profession, for the love of the institute, and we all mean well. And as well, I wish him the very best. So thank you, congrats, my very good bro. And see you there. See you there. So I'm equally doing the same this evening from 7. So I'd like to request you guys, you good friends of Ngari, to also join me as you listen to me on what I propose to offer, even I seek to serve at that role. Thank you very much, and I wish you all a very good evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, CPA Douglas Ousonyokoyo. We appreciate your feedback, your remarks. Thank you very much. At this particular moment, even as people talk at the background, as we mute them, ladies and gentlemen, they are vying for the chair position. And right now, I'd like to recognize CPA Professor Elizabeth Kalunda to give us brief remarks. Professor, the floor is yours. All right. That doesn't sound like professor based on how deep the voice is. But even as we do so, do you have FCPA Anne Wangeshi with us? I'm meant to understand she's joining us online. FCPA Anne Wangeshi, if you are under the sound of my voice, as some preachers will say, please unmute and give us a few remarks. All right. As we do so, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, just stand up wherever you are. Maybe it will make networks work for those of us who are joining virtually. Just stand up wherever you are. Thank you very much. Professor Elizabeth.
This is the
Professor Elizabeth?
No, this is FCPA Anne Wangeshi.
FCPA Anne Wangeshi, we've just given you a standing
Yes,
ovation. So we'll
Thank you.
so we can sit here. Let us take our seats. The floor is yours. Please briefly give us a few remarks in regards to CPA Kevin Ngari as he launches his manifesto.
Thank you very much, MC, and good evening, FCPAs and CPAs who joined this call and those attending virtually. Allow me to first and foremost congratulate CPA Kevin Ngari for the manifesto launch and to wish him the very, very best. I have interacted with Kevin, and what stands out for me for Kevin is his humility. He is such a cool guy, as in he's such a cool guy. And I like that he has a lot of experience in boards, and he serves with humility, and that stands out for me. So in this process, Kevin, I wish you the very best. I know members of the Institute will benefit from your leadership. And from the bottom of my heart, as you go through the process, we have very few days remaining for the campaign. May God lead you. May God give you favor that you can be among the chosen 2. I am running for the position of chair. So we are not in competition, but we can complement each other. And I'm sure that in your service, I can also benefit. So we are together in this. May God lead your ways as we for the service of the Institute. So all the very best and congratulations for the manifesto launch. We are going to listen in because we want to hear what you have in store for us, of course, as a member and as a leader. So all the very best of luck, Kevin. Thank you, MC, and over to you.
All right. Thank you very much. Let us appreciate FCPA Anwangeshi. Thank you for your kind words. Now, I'd like to recognize CPA Professor Elizabeth Ntambi Kalunda. Kindly unmute. The floor is yours. Address us in regards to CPA Kevin Ngari as he launches his STAR Manifesto.
Wow, thank you so much, MC. Sorry, thank you so much, MC, for allowing me to speak. I'm watching from my house and I can see how colorful the event is. And I really want to congratulate CPA Ngari for a wonderful launch. I would say that CPA Ngari is the star, just the way his agenda reads. And also I'm happy to say that we've grown up in the same estate, from the same region. We went to neighboring school. His school was, my school was called Umoja 1, his was Umoja 2, later they changed. So he's somebody that I know, especially the friends that he has, who are my personal neighbors, where I grew up. So I really want to thank him. I want to congratulate that, and I want to thank him for bringing his family. Because personally, I believe that if you have a strong and solid support family, you can actually go far and do things. So as you launch the STAR agenda, as we campaign in the few remains, I want to wish you all the very best. And I just want to mention to all those who are listening that I'm also a candidate. I'm vying for the chairman position, and I will be very happy to have CPA Ngari in my team as the chair. So let me wish him all the very best. Thank you all for joining online. Thank you all for those who have joined physically. Actually, I wanted to join physically meetings, and I decided to just take a central place where I'll be able to have my laptop and join the meetings. So I wish you all the very best in the campaigns. I wish you the very best. Have wisdom as you speak. Have the courage. Can all the steps that you make be guided by God, and may you find favor in the eyes of God and in the eyes of men, so that you can be able to deliver the victory. So with those few remarks, let me take it back to the MC. Asante sana.
Asante sana, CPA Professor Elizabeth Ntambi Kalunda. Thank you for your remarks. And it's amazing. You see that pattern I told you? Longevity of friendships and relationships that this man is keeping. They grew up in the same estate, yeah? Some of us, we grew up in some estate, we know nobody right now, 20 years after. But you guys remember each other. Beautiful, beautiful. And we really appreciate. So ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to addresses, we've come to the end of that. Right now, I kindly request you to be on your feet. Tafadhali, let us be on our feet. Asante sana. Can you stretch? Just stretch a little bit. Just stretch your hands. Yeah. Usiseme, tulienda manifesto la njoka tu. That's why I'm having style issues. No. Okay? So this particular moment, I'd like to request the buzzer to be brought. The buzzer, let us bring the buzzer here. Ladies and gentlemen, high five your name about to launch. High five them, tell them we're about to launch. Are you ready? Hey, sir. I said high five your neighbor, not injure your neighbor. We are about to launch, all right? So at this particular moment, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome CPA Kevin Ngari to approach with his family. Wakuje hapa, nataka wakuje hapa. All right? Just encourage them even as they come, tafadhali. Yes. Yes. Today you guys are about to make one key decision, okay? Whoever presses the button first, care of dinner today. Atakani kuku atachinja. No, we're not doing that. Sawa sawa. So we're about to launch this manifesto. This is the time we've been waiting for, all right? Where we unveil this document, and what do? We unpack it. After unveiling, we unpack. Are we ready, ladies and gentlemen? I'd like you to remove your phone wherever you are. Just remove your phone. Just remove your phone. Remove your phone. Do you have a camera? Do you have a camera? Open your camera. I know some of you, your camera is saying no. you need to delete some photos before it opens. I can understand that. Okay, open your cameras. We're gonna press the button together, the three of us. Then we'll have the manifesto come to life. You ready? I'm gonna count you down, ladies and gentlemen. In 3, 2, 1, go! 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. CPA Kevin Ngari, Manifesto, social transformation through accountability and responsiveness. Star agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, appreciate this effort. We can do better. Yes. Come on. This is the man for the moment. Talks about responsiveness. All right. Come on. That is the wonderful manifesto. Yeah. CPA Kevin Ngari, ISPA Council member aspirant. Manifesto is now live. Yes. Come on. Yes. Yes. This is your work, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, appreciate the manifesto. All right. Can you dance a little bit? The manifesto is live. Come on, dance wherever you are. I know you are FCPA, you can dance. Can you remove a dance style? We follow. Come on, everybody. Let's go. Another style. Come on, do like that. Follow her. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, let us appreciate the manifesto. Give them a coffee, tafadhali. Asante sana. Wow, beautiful. CPA, I'm about to have you unveil and unpack this manifesto. But what you do, remove your phone, please. Switch on your camera. Switch on your camera. We have a QR code, okay? Just scan. Look at me. I'm scanning, CPA, okay? So it's already brought me the link. I just click on it, okay? Look at that. And it takes you to a PDF of the manifesto. All of us are able to do that. Have you scanned? Now you say view PDF, okay? Because you are a person with a vision. Tell your neighbor you are a person with a vision. So once you view the PDF, it opens your manifesto in full. All right? So, since anyone is struggling, everyone has scanned, you have your manifesto. If you have your manifesto, lift your phone, lift your manifesto like this. I see it. Okay, a good portion of us have it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to unpack this manifesto. And who better to do it other than the man of the moment? I'd like to welcome CPA Kevin Ngari. Beginning makofi, the floor is yours, sir. You can just come on stage. Asante sana. Beautiful. Okay. Man of the moment. The pointer, is it moving? There we go. Let's just give it a try. Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, even when the pointer is not working, the point will get home soon. Is it switching it on? Uh-huh. In the meantime, sir, good to see you.
Thank you, Noah.
Are you ready to unpack this manifesto for us?
More than ready.
More than ready.
Yeah.
Good to see you. You look sharp. This is how you dress normally?
Yes.
Hey.
Apart from when I'm sleeping.
Apart from it's good to clarify that.
Yes.
And I know it is the STAR agenda. Initially, you had highlighted in the video what STAR means. And I know you're about to go deeper into that. So, in brief, those of us who, you know, they say Gen Zs, we don't like story mingi.
Yes.
When you think about STAR, what are we thinking about?
The STAR agenda in full means social transformation through accountability and responsiveness. I borrowed this tagline from the judiciary blueprint, which I was part of developing. And in the Constitution 2010, that was one of the things that we did at IEBC with my friend Abdi Elema. The Constitution brought a social transformation promise, but that is on the justice sector. When I go to my church, I didn't just read the Bible. I went to their strategic plan, and I know my church mates are here. Some might not know that one of the pillars in the church SP is social transformation. Then I watched a video by Bishop Oginde that put at fault professionals in the ills that face our society. Then I thought there's an opportunity here to lead a professional body. Is there something that this professional body can do to the society to bring transformation? So that is where the social transformation through accountability and responsiveness emanated from.
Wow, beautiful. That's amazing. Mpigeni makofi. Sometimes unaandika manifesto lakini haushiki content. His is coming from the heart. So you're gonna point just down there. All right, that is where the machine is. So let me just put a test 1 and going back. Beautiful. Sir, the floor is yours. This is your moment. Enjoy.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Thank you for all coming. Thank you for logging in. My name is CPA Kevin Ngari, here to unpack my social transformation through accountability and responsiveness manifesto. Before I delve into this document, I'm coming into an institute that has existed for many decades. So number one, I want to acknowledge all the previous leadership in council and membership of the institute. For this far, they've brought our profession. I want to acknowledge the current sitting council. They've done an amazing job. Some are exiting, and that is why there are 2 slots available for fresh blood to take over. So I'm coming into an organization which I can say in accounting terms is a going concern. Going concern means ISPAC will be in operation in the foreseeable future. And my coming into this council, I'll leave it a going concern. I'll not take it down the drain. I want to congratulate my also other competitors for giving the entire membership of ISPAC a variety of skills and leadership set for them to choose from. So if I was alone, probably I will not be launching a manifesto. I'll have maybe been taken in unopposed. But for the challenge, then we are equal to the task, and we want to push this institute forward. So this bit I want to go through it in a rush. It's not the most important bit, but those are my qualifications. And my entire academic qualifications revolve around finance and economics and accounts. So my competency in understanding the role that I'm coming into is well captured by what I've gone to school to get. I currently serve at the judiciary at the Office of the Chief Justice. It's a role that combines both finance and accounting function. I do the budgets for that executive office. I also process payments and do reports to Lady Justice Mother Kome for her consumption and advisory on how even best to lead this arm of government. Previously, I worked with the IBC. IBC is where my public sector experience began. In fact, it was never IBC initially when I joined. It was IIC. Then it was merged with another one called IIBRC, the Boundaries Review Commission chaired by Andrew Ligale. So once they were merged, they became IBC. So at IBC, we managed to take the nation through the referendum that brought about the Constitution 2010. We were also the people who did the boundaries delimitation. So those of us who we were in school with, we were taught about provinces. There were 8 of them. So we were the team that did away the provinces by traversing the country and getting stakeholder engagement on how they wanted their nation to look administratively. So that is how we came up with the 47 counties and the numerous wards and the increased constituencies to reflect the aspirations of Kenyans. So when we talk about devolution, even from the ISPAC context, I'm very aware of the aspirations of people having services come close to them. So whenever I hear about the need for new branches, then I'm well aligned to the need to devolve ISPAC and the services of the Institute all the way to the ground. Before that, I worked at Kenya Commercial Bank as a graduate clerk. There I interacted with money. Lots of money, but all that money was not mine. It was for the clients, and not a shilling got lost. So that is Kevin's professional background. I'm a member of ISPAC. I wouldn't be standing here if I was not a member. I'm also a member of the Institute of Certified Investment and Financial Analysts. This is a professional body which I joined about 2 years ago, and it has been instrumental in my performance as a board of trustee, this qualification. Because a trustee of a pension scheme, your work is to conserve and invest members' savings for retirement. One of my biggest achievements in this scheme is that I came into the pension board when the returns were quite low. This was because of the COVID-19 period that affected the global and local financial markets. And we've been able to turn this around from 0 to 13.71. And I also joined the board of trustees when the fund credit was 5.6 billion shillings just 4 years ago. As we stand here, the fund value for our pension scheme is 14 billion shillings. So this means that my colleague who had 5 million shillings in their pension savings account 4 years ago has almost doubled it to 10 million shillings within a very short time. The other achievement in that is the establishment of a post-retirement medical scheme. We've brought about value to our retirees. We are saying, what if we can give you a very good pension at the end of your service with the judiciary, and as well as give you a medical cover that will cover you for life? So it's a win-win situation. You go home with a pension and you also go home with a medical cover. One of the most expensive things for our retirees face are medical bills. So if you retire without a medical cover, chances are your monthly pension will go to hospital bills and it will leave you exposed. So the Institute of Certified Investment and Financial Analysts, they have numerous CPD trainings which I attend, and they're able to help me increase my skills. UWS, my chair has alluded to it, that he poached me. I was a member of a circle called Ballot Circle with the IBC. Then he reached out and told me, I need your help in governance. So I left the Ballot Circle and I joined UWS to the board. We also have and run a company called Kituku Interiors, where my wife is the CEO, and I'm the Director of Finance and Strategy. So as far as Kituku Interiors is concerned, I take instructions from the CEO, but I also prepare the books for her and translate the same if she does not understand. We also do a mentorship program called The Entrepreneur Africa. This one came about during the COVID period, and we were training entrepreneurs online. We realized that most people were stuck at home, and we thought, what about bringing skills on entrepreneurship to everyone, locally and globally? Through an online program called The Entrepreneur, we discussed various things, how to start a business, issues of taxes and compliance with KRA, how to develop strategic plans, and we indeed helped several develop their strategic plans through the Entrepreneur Africa program. So even through this, we also do a lot of CSR activities. Just yesterday, I was at Kibra Library, where we donated desktop computers. This coming Saturday, we'll be donating some at the Embu County Library. We also sponsor football teams. One thing I'm very passionate about is football. I was good in rugby, but football saved my life. I know you are wondering how. Just before COVID, I was 90 kgs. And health issues come around with weight. How I lost those kgs is that we formed a Mahakama football team in Garissa. Garissa is a very hot place, and it's a place I worked for 7 good years, taking justice to very far-flung areas, insecurity notwithstanding. Those were the terrorist days. So we formed the team, and we will play in the evening after work, late into the night, and that is how I shed a lot of kilos, and my health came back to where it needed to be. So I'm indebted to the game of football. I sponsor 3 teams. That is the Mahakama Legends, the national team, and 2 youth football teams, Passion Soccer Academy and Lexus Soccer Academy, where my son Nate is the under 13 captain. So delving into my star agenda, which has 4 pillars. Pillar number 1 is accountability, and members, if there's one pillar I will not drop, and if I will only achieve one thing, is pillar number 1 on accountability. So accountability is a personal call. It's a personal value which I want to bring into the institute, and what I intend to do is develop dashboards for consumption of the council and the institute members, so that we're able to keep track on the performance of the institute while I'm in service. We also want to bring about whistleblower channels. I did a public participation in developing my agenda, and one of the things that practitioners mostly brought about was the issue of quacks infiltrating our profession. You can imagine going to school, working very hard to get the CPA certification, only for someone in a cyber to be able to do the same work that you have been trained to do. So we'll develop very stringent whistleblower channels that will safeguard the work of practitioners by making sure that if you are not certified by ISPAC to offer a certain service, then it will be criminal actually to attempt to offer those services outside there. So financial transparency, ISPAC is 35,000 strong with numerous revenue sources from the seminars it conducts to the annual subscriptions, as well as the practicing fees that practitioners pay. So we intend to lower costs and diversify income and make sure that members are comfortable paying their subscriptions annually, and we don't have dormancy in the 35,000 strong. We also intend to look into ways on how to absorb young graduating accountants. The cost of around 27,000 to join the institute is quite high for many of them, and many of them have said that they cannot join the profession if they're unemployed and are being asked to churn out a lump sum of 27,000. So even if we look into a way of how they can graduatingly pay that amount, but we want to leave no one behind in terms of them joining the institute. I believe with that strategy, we can make ISPAC 100,000 member strong. So we can actually get the economies of scale in terms of the numbers once we bring so many people on board. Public interests, my social transformation through accountability and responsiveness agenda is both inward looking and outward looking. So inward looking, I'm talking about those members of ISPAC, how I will take good care of their concerns, but also we operate within the Kenyan ecosystem, and we are also members of this public. So I want to safeguard public interest through making sure that we institute policy reforms as well as guide the government, both the central government and the devolved government legislative agenda. So we don't want laws that are being brought about that are bringing the kind of chaos that were there last year. We want to be able to guide the government on clauses that seem punitive to the public, as well as offer solutions on how they can raise revenue without affecting the public in a negative way. We also want to be able to interpret government policy and legislative agenda all the way to the ground so that even the Mama Mboga can understand it very clearly on what the government intends to do. So this will be done through grassroots engagements, through going to the media, breakfast shows, and engaging the public even in languages that they'll understand. Partnerships is a very big pillar. One of the things that I've learned in the judiciary, and especially working at the office of the CJ, is that sometimes we have very big events that were at inception, the budget comes to around 100 million, and I know my colleagues are here. Then we wonder, with budget cuts and low allocation of resources, how will we hack this? So I've been in rooms where we've engaged partners and seen the budgets being covered up to 70% by partners. So I intend to bring on board partners, including the Big Four, also the global financial institutions, see how we can plug in and reduce costs for members when we are holding the annual seminars. So a strategic partner can come in and cover maybe the annual gala dinner, and this we can offload from the membership. So we are also looking at partnerships with the county governments, national government. We have seen ISPAC sign MOUs with county governments. We also want those MOUs to cover employment opportunities for young graduating accountants. We want the right people to be given the right jobs. So the jobs of finance and accounts, if we get into partnerships with the county governments, the national governments, we are able to ensure that our young graduating accountants are able to plug in and serve this nation with their skills. So even under partnerships, we also are looking for mentorship opportunities for the young graduating accountants. And in terms of responsiveness, we do not want to serve a rigid institute. My STAR agenda is fully compliant with the strategic plan, but we operate in a very dynamic environment. Just a while ago, no one knew a pandemic will come and cripple the global economy. So we want, as issues emerge, we are also flexible enough to address them. There are issues concerning technological changes, such things such as AI within the judiciary. I was telling the friends we were with yesterday at Kibra, we've been giving them physical books, but now we are giving them computers. Why? Because a computer gives you a global perspective. Once you get internet and you're able to browse and see what is happening elsewhere. So within the judiciary of a country called Estonia, they've managed to develop a robot judge that can dispense justice to the citizens of Estonia. So my question is, are we as a profession prepared when AI, when eventually they are able to develop maybe a robot accountant or a robot auditor? What will happen? Will we be replaced by these technological changes? So we want to be responsive. We want not to be rigid. We want to be able to take this profession forward. We also want to have CPD events that are future looking, that are able to guide us through the technological changes, even the changes in the work environment. Before COVID, we believed in going to the office, getting stuck in traffic jams of Nairobi for hours. But after COVID, many people have never even returned to their offices. They're able to dispense their work from their homes. So we want to be quite flexible in terms of our ability to generate quality work from wherever we are. So those are the 4 pillars under the STAR agenda. That is accountability. So these are the specific things that I'm looking into under the pillar of accountability, and I've alluded to them in my remarks. Public interest. So these are also the 3 bullets that I've alluded to. Advocate for policy reforms and legislative participation, support devolution initiatives for grassroots engagement, and strengthen financial reporting frameworks across all sectors. So for partnerships, we are talking about collaborating with global bodies as well as other local professional bodies such as LSK to pursue common goals. So we also will build alliances to further knowledge with academic institutions and government agencies, and also launch the mentorship programs with a focus on ESG and sustainability. The last pillar on responsiveness is to expand digital platforms for member feedback and rapid response. Also develop tools that support tech-savvy accountants, that is AI, ESG, fintech, such. So I'm passionate about the youth, and by responding to their issues, create employment for opportunities for the young graduating accountants. So that is my STAR agenda. I wish to invite the MC for comments, questions. Karibu sana. Thank you very much.
Hey, pigeni CPA Ngari makofi. Hey, my brother. Now that's how we roll, yeah? Tell your neighbor that's how we roll.
That's how we roll.
So just stand there, because I know somebody's umeguzwa kimoyo moyo na unataka kusema kitu. Yeah? Just raise your hand wherever you are. Umeguzwa kimoyo moyo, you have a question or you have a point just to make in regards to that presentation before I choose you by myself. Now you're avoiding eye contact. Okay, let's see. Hello, sir. How are you doing? Have you listened into the presentation? What has sold you in this?
Good evening, everyone. I have known Kevin for 23 years. From 2003, that would be 22 years. And what I would say is that integrity, Kevin is a man of his words. He's a guy who is very reliable, and I know he's very focused. So when he says this is the direction he wants to take, I am more than positive. And mine is to applaud you for the magnificent presentation you have just done, and congratulate you. Well done.
Thank you, CPA Kamau, for your kind words. 22 years of integrity.
Wow, that's incredible. 22 years. CPA Kamau, I've known you for a year. Just usher you in church. I see you most of the times, yeah? Yeah, let me see. Gentlemen, look at me nicely. Look at me nicely, yes. Let me come here. This gentleman has not spoken. CPA Ngari, do you know this gentleman here? This one?
Yes.
This one has proper feedback on your manifesto. In fact, he has a question. Introduce yourself, sir.
He's also a 22-year-old friend.
Spot on. As in myself, CPA Kamau, and Kevin, we joined university together. We were year mates, and more closely, we were roommates with Kevin in campus. So, other than Omboy, I think I'm the next person who knows Kevin more intimately, but not in that. You know, in campus, those who went to public universities, you know, you used to share everything, other the inners. So, that's how much I know Kevin. And on a light note, I'm here to return hand to Kevin. About 20 years ago, I was running for a position in the university, and this was my team of supporters and strategists. So I'm here to return hand and support him, endorse him, and make sure that he brings it home. I would say that I'm not just supporting him because he's a friend, but because I believe in the cause that he's championing. Kevin, like Kamau has said, is a man of his word. He's a focused guy. He's someone who thinks through issues. As much as he'll address them, jokingly, he jokes a lot. But if you take your time, you'll get the message that he's trying to pass across. I am sure, reading through what the agenda Kevin is talking about, I'm sure he means each and every agenda item he's put across. And we'll be here to hold him accountable as CPAs, as friends, and as family. So, Kevin, make sure you live to whatever you put across there. But we are here to champion you and support you. Thank you very much, and all the best.
And thank you very much, CPA Duo. Thank you for those comments.
You see, some people you went with campus, you're roommates with them, you treated them poorly, they can't come even to your event. But here are roommates from 20 years ago. Speaks a lot, man. Speaks a lot. Anyone with a question? Because it seems the manifesto vile umeicharaza, it's very clear to everyone. Yeah? That's the beauty, that it's a star, it's shining. Yeah? And we can see it from wherever we are. Briefly, I'd like to get one comment, alafu we see how we move forward. Is that okay, CPA?
That's okay. Can I select the person to do the comment?
Now napenda. Congratulations, sir. This is how we move. Just
Thank
show
you.
me, I go.
Violet. Violet is the youngest CPA in the Republic of Kenya. She got her membership 2 days ago. And I've been mentoring Violet to finish the CPAs and on board into the ISPAC fraternity. Karibu kwa Institute, Vio.
Asante. Allow me to first of all congratulate you on your launching manifesto. Although I'm new and I'm just getting to know Kitty Kowapi huku, I've been serving under auditor. I've been auditing in an audit firm for now a decade. And my concern has been some of the policies. I've been feeling like they are very rigid. So when I heard you talk about formulating or rather reviewing and improving them, I feel like you've really touched my heart, and I think that one I can speak for many auditors. I've also heard you talk about responsiveness, whereby if we don't do something, then technology will actually catch up with us. I think those are some of the things that have really made me buy into the manifesto, despite the fact that you've been my mentor and you've pushed me to really register. And then I've also heard you talk about a partnership. I think it's a high time that we need to go beyond our borders and really partner and see what will come out. Not that that has not been happening, but I believe in your vision, and I believe when you say something that when you say something, you really do it. I also happen to be in the circle that they've been talking about. And when I joined, honestly, and where we are at, I've seen a lot change. So it's just to commend you and to recommend you to, auditors with recommendation, to the people who have never heard about CPA Kevin Ngari. Actually, I feel like I should call you FCPA. So just to tell people that I know when you say something, you are going to do it. And honestly, just to say that what you are selling is valid, and that is what we really need. So although I'm new in this institute, I've served under auditors who are members of this ISPAC, and I know that what you are saying, for some of us who've been practicing, really are the issues that we need to work on. So once more, congratulations, and we believe in you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vayo. So for the auditors in the house, she has recommended CPA Kevin Ngari for council, na utamu wa audit recommendations ni implementation. Asante sana.
That's true. Do you want to pick one more person before we close it up?
Perhaps online.
Online.
But there's also CPA.
CPA?
There's John, a good friend of mine and strategist.
Please, sir.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana. Good evening. My name is John Kabugi. I'm not a CPA, even though I'm not new to the fraternity. My first employer was PwC, so we used to go to the universities with my managing partner at the time, a gentleman called Charles Mushene, to recruit people who would work for the firm. But like Kevin said, I'm a strategist. We have come a long way. I'm the one who made a comment in the group that we went to Sunday school together. I started going to Sunday school in the 80s. And then we went to Unity Primary School in Umoja 2. If, like somebody mentioned earlier, it was called Umoja 2 Primary School. Then they changed it to Unity. I'm the present chairman of the Unity Primary Alumni Association. Kevin is one of us. And then we share yet a third circle because we grew up into the youth fellowship. I went back to teach the same Sunday school where we met with Kevo. And later I would mentor people into the youth fellowship. So we served in the youth fellowship together. We are still there. We have a group of almost 140 people, very active. All I want to say today is that it is rare to find leadership of this quality. I rarely support people in any elections, including the national ones. And I play a role in that needs me to be neutral. But when I stand up, I've only stood up for one guy who was also my friend and former high school mate. He was called Kenneth Okoth. I was not, he was a Kibra MP. He was voted the best CDF a couple of times. He's now deceased. The second person I'm supporting in any election is Kevin Ngari. I believe in such people because they have integrity. And integrity is the one thing we lack a lot in the leadership of this country. And if we could have a few Ken Okoths and a few Kevin Ngaris, we could certainly change this nation. God bless all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, John.
I'm tempted to ask, what's your file number? Hey, you're old. Well, happen to join later. Story for another day. All right, that's amazing. CPM.
Yes.
You've done well.
Thank you.
You know, there's a beauty in a journey, and you've taken this journey, and now the manifesto is out, launched. We have a few days to go. Wish you all the best.
Thank
Sindio?
you. Yes.
Utafanya vizuri. Hebu tusimame wherever we are. Let us just stand up. Let us just stand up. Hey. Hapa sasa ndo unasemanga. Unajua preachers vile wanasemanga nyosha mkono wako kwenye stage. So virtual people sijui mtanyosha aje, but just want to thank God for you. Especially this final stretch. We're going to do a closing prayer. And I know this one is coming in strongly, but just in your personal space, just say a word of prayer for this gentleman even before we do a general prayer. God, thank you for this young man. Young indeed. And thank you for the vision that you've given him even as he pursues this position, God. Leadership comes from you. And Father, as he seeks this, he's been faithful in every space that he's been. So we pray that, Father, you lead him even in this space. Thank you for the diligence, the work that is put, manifesto, speaking to people, convincing people. Father, we leave everything to you. So the end of it all, be glorified through this. And Father, may your will be done. It is in Jesus' name we do pray and believe. Amen. Pigeni CPA Kevin Ngari makofi tafadhali. Sir, come on, mpigeni makofi. Ulikuja ukidance, umechapa presentation kali sana, unashuka na hiyo confidence. Unaweza fanya hivyo. Shuka. Ni Mungu ndani yako. Usicheze na mtu ako na neema. Congratulations, Sam. Mpigeni makofi. And over to your wife. Mpatie hug moja mzuri sana. Aha. Ati. Hallelujah. Yes. Tuko salama. Sawa, DJ, thank you very much. Once again, let us appreciate CPA Kevin Ngari going for that council member position at ISPAC. Even as we have our seats, as we finish up, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call the one and only Mr. Joe Gashira to give us closing remarks as we come to the close of this wonderful, wonderful launch of a manifesto. Pigeni Joe makofi tafadhali ya kuja. There you go. The floor is yours, sir.
Good evening, everybody. How many of us had a good time this afternoon and evening? Amazing. So mine is very brief and straight to the point. I want to pass a vote of thanks on behalf of our candidate, Kevin. My name is Joe Gashira. I've been part of the campaign secretariat for Kevin. And I know Kevin will have an opportunity to do a better vote of thanks because he's going to win. So when he's giving his winning speech, he's going to do a better one. But for now, I just want to say thank you, first of all, to God for allowing us to get this far. For those of you who know the nature of campaigns, it's not easy. There's a lot of many dynamics, a lot of traveling, a lot of engagements here and there. And we just want to thank God for bringing us this far and for allowing Kevin, you know, a lot of, I think he's been to Kisumu, Kitale, and many other places. I think this week we're going to Nyeri. And so just the protection on the roads and just the energy to come this far. So just thanking God for that. To thank Kevin himself. Amanda Abi. Okay, the wife will pass the Asante. Because for those of you who know leadership, it's not easy to step out to lead. So even for the confidence to step out and say that I want to lead, I think that's something we need to thank him for. And for Marge and the family, thank you for supporting him. Really, thank you so much. I usually have battles with my wife because she doesn't want me to get into politics. So please see her after this, then give her that same grace to support me in politics. I want to thank everybody who found time to attend today, both here physically and online. Which camera am I looking at? Asanteni sana. I think we already have around 60 guys still streaming in. So thank you so much for finding time to be with us here today. And I want to thank everybody here who's believed in Kevin's vision. Just hearing the stories of guys who've known Kevin for many years, and you're still believing in him as a person, and you see the potential in him to even do more. I think that's a great thing. So thank you so much for just believing in this young man, as Noah called him. I want to thank the service providers. How many of us loved the screen, the stage, what's this fire that comes from? You know, there's a fire from heaven, and then there's a fire from down here. You know, is it pyros or what? So Odawa and team, Ideas Factory, thank you so much. Let's give them a hand for the amazing job. They've done an amazing job branding us. You've seen amazing posters online. You've seen a lot of activity, good videos. Danny, seated right here, has been doing the reels. The reels you see online. Let's give him a hand. This guy has been accompanying Kevin as he travels across the country. So Danny, we appreciate your work. Thank you so much. And turn to your neighbor now and say thank you. Just shake their hand and say thank you so much for being here. And before I go down from stage, maybe I need to mention this. I also started out as an accountant. In fact, I met my wife at Visions where we were studying accounting. So I'm also a qualified accountant, but at some point I felt the call of God to go into another line. So now I do leadership development and a lot of strategy. But one Raphael Matu seated here. Mr. Matu, let's give him a hand.
So I was telling Jerry over there, Matu has taught probably, without exaggerating, maybe a third of the accountants in this country. He taught me, my wife, and also Kevin Ngari in the same institution. So Matu, thank you for your investment in the profession. We celebrate you and thank you for being here as well. All right, having said that, I think it is just now to say we've prayed. So it is just to say thank you so much. As you go home, drive safely. Say hi to your spouse if they're not here. Ufike salama. And remember, if you're a NISPAC member, voting is happening between the 12th and the 15th of this month. How many days do we have left? That's around a week or so. Yeah, so please keep telling your neighbors, your friends, even your enemies and your exes that you need to vote for CPA Kevin Ngari and to support him. Otherwise, thank you so much. We wish you well. Sorry? Oh, let me thank Kevin's sisters who are making noise over there. But don't be in a hurry to leave. You can feel free to stay around, interact, network with people. The DJ is going to be playing some music. Feel free to come here and dance. But once I come off stage, I think we are officially done with this event. Mr. MC, because there's nobody who ever thanks the MC. Thank you so much. Did he do an amazing job? Let's give him a hand. Thank you so much. Noah Kipkemboi, catch him on KTN every Friday. He does the Friday primetime news on KTN, and he's an amazing news anchor and moderator for events. So if you want an event moderator, this guy is your guy. Asanteni sana, and God bless you, and see you soon.
Tukaomba tufike inshallah, binadamu wanapanga, shetani anapangua.
Okay. Just a quick one. So Danny here wants just to catch a few of us and ask for your feedback. How was the event? How did you feel about Kevin's manifesto? So just a one-liner, a two-liner. So if he approaches you, don't start wondering who is this guy and what does he want. So just maybe 30 seconds, and that will be used again to advance this campaign. So we hope we have your consent for that. Asanteni sana.